Today is Monday, December 1st, and this is episode number 72, right? It is 72, right? I lost track. No, it is 72. Whew. It's a Monday, it's December, yeah. My name is Michelle, and this is Michelle's Fiber Studio Podcast. Today is Monday, December 1st, and this is episode number 72, right? It is 72, right? I lost track. No, it is 72. Whew. It's a Monday, it's December, yeah, it's great. It has been a clear day. It's actually it's like 3:45. I'm hoping to kind of squeeze this in before it gets too dark. But it was a beautiful sunny day, although it is cold. It is currently 30 degrees and we are under a winter storm warning. So stay tuned because fingers crossed, maybe I get a snow day tomorrow, which will be our first snow day of the winter season. I think it's almost certainly going to be a snow day. I'm actually really hoping we get the call tonight so I can turn my alarm off, because that's what really makes a snow day like, yeah, chef's kiss, right? But I think we're forecasted to have, depending on the forecast, like 8 to 10 inches or 5 to 8 inches. Like it's kind of in a range, but we shall see. Anyway, at any rate, it's supposed to start somewhere around 7, 8 o'clock tomorrow and go all day long. So I digress. I have 2 items on my blocking board. I'm super excited to show you. One of them is literally hot off the needles. I just finished it. Matter of fact, I delayed podcasting so I could finish it. But before we start, let's talk about what I am wearing. Oh, and I decided to kind of shift a little bit. I'm sitting in front of my Christmas tree. We got decorated this weekend while my son was home for Thanksgiving break. So I am wearing, first of all, my Millie Margaret shawl. This is a pattern by Jennifer Lassonde, or Boston Jen. It is knit from Knitwit's Main Yarn Sock in OOB. So Knitwit is a yarn shop in Portland. This is their house yarn. I think it is a fingering. I know she has it in fingering as well as I think it's DK, but I'm pretty sure this is the fingering base. And I knit this in July of 2021. It was actually a test knit. I was one of Jen's test knitters, so I was very fortunate to be able to participate in that. It was a super fun little shawl project. I should probably knit another one actually, because I really did enjoy it. It's a great little single skein. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but there's actually a contrast color in the middle. This is a little bit of leftovers that I pulled out. It was Wonderland Yarns Mad Hatter in the Sleeping Griffin, and I just combined the two. And then I'm also wearing a sweater today. This is one of my Silk and Saltwater, one of 2. I've actually knit this twice. This is the first one that I knit. Silk and Saltwater by Annarella of, oh my word, I'm drawing a blank on her business name. Lyrical Knits, that's it. I love Mary's patterns. I've knit quite a few of her sweaters. This yarn is Rowan Soft Yak DK, and it was like it's just a basic gray. And I knit this in 2020. I started it May 24th and I completed it on July 7th. And then I liked it so much that I think I knit one that following fall. I had gotten this yarn and I got another sweater's quantity of the exact same yarn in a different color. And I knit it again using that other color yarn too, because I really like it. It fits well and is comfortable. It was a fun knit. So, and that is what I'm wearing. So without further ado, let's jump into my blocking board. Oh my gosh, you guys, I am so excited to share these projects with you. I have finished just in the nick of time my Beauty and the Beast Advent that I had gotten from Fangirl Fibers last Christmas, and I finished my Bahama Advent Wrap. Oh, the lighting is not great, but I will have pictures on my project page. But here she is in all of her glory. Trying to kind of show off all these beautiful, beautiful colors. So this is a project, Bahama Advent, is by Toni Lipsey. It is a Tunisian crochet project. This is the first Tunisian crochet project I have done, and I really did enjoy it. I wouldn't say that it would be my go-to, but it is kind of a fun little different style of crochet. I really like kind of how it comes out. The column here, it was kind of like almost looks like a slip knit stitch. Was just by inserting the hook through, like all the way through the stitch and pulling it out instead of picking up the bar. So that's kind of the basic. You pick up these little bars and then you pull through the bars. Pick them up all the way across your Tunisian hook, and then you like cast them off basically all the way back. And then you pick them up and then you cast them off all the way back. So I started this project on May 5th, and then I worked on it a bunch initially. Because it was 24 colors, I don't know, I got like 7 or 8 colors done by the first-ish week of July. And then I did like one more while we were in New Hampshire. And then I did one more in August. And I think I did one more in September. And then I finally, when I completed my Northeasterly at the beginning of November, I picked this up in earnest. All summer long, I kind of had a loose goal of finishing it by November 30th. But I honestly didn't think I was going to do it. When I picked it up in November, beginning of November, I still had, of the 24 colors, I had over half anyway, so I probably had 15 or 16 colors still to go. But I got into a really, really great rhythm. So what I ended up doing as I worked through my colors, let me see if I can find a good section to kind of illustrate. So in here you can see I've got the pale yellow, and it's a little harder to see I think in here. But I would do, as I switched into a new color, I would alternate for 6 rows. So one of the old color, one of the new pale yellow, one of the older color, this brown here, one of the new pale yellow. So I did that back and forth 3 times, so for 6 rows. And then I worked 9 rows straight, and then I would fade in the next color doing the same alternate of rows. And then when I just got to the top, all I did is, instead of doing just 9 rows straight, I did 12. So that was how I ended up working that one. And yeah, I finished it on Saturday. I was at my mother-in-law's, we were visiting, and I finished it Saturday night, and I blocked it on Sunday. And I am thrilled to have it done. So then the companion project, I think that's all I wanted to share on that one. And the companion project is the pair of socks that I decided to use, because I had, after I was done adding in these colors, I had maybe 6 grams or so of color left. And so I decided to knit a pair of socks. I did them toe up so I could work the foot, and then I did my OMG heel, and then I did the leg. They've got some pretty long legs, so we'll see. I haven't tried them on. I added in a different color on the heel and then on the cuff. And I literally, like I said, I just literally finished with the cuffs just before podcasting. If I would have gone straight to this, my lighting here is getting a little bit dark. But that, yeah, so those I just finished, and those are done too. I have, let me go grab it. This is the ball of leftovers, and I haven't weighed it, but I am going to guess that it is probably at least 50 grams. That's fair, because I think I was getting 2 or 3 grams still left, and there's 24 colors. So it's gotta be in the 50-ish range. And my plan is to knit. I'm so not prepared. Actually, not knit, crochet. I am working on some hexies for a hexie blanket project. So here's one of them. I think they're 3 round hexies, as I recall, because it has been literally about 3 years. I bought a whole bunch of skeins of Stroll from Knit Picks in this gray. And I have been holding a strand of the gray with a strand of whatever it is that I'm doing the hexies in. And I don't even know how many I have at this point. I got a whole bunch of them upstairs. But my plan is to work up a bunch of hexies. I think that will be really fun. I'm actually quite excited to do that. So I'm gonna take this ball and put it right in my bin of scraps. I have lots and lots of scraps. These are kind of my little less than 20 gram scraps that end up in this bucket, and I'm gonna knit hexies with it. So that is my 2 finished projects for this month. This week. There, I turned my overhead light on. I hope the lighting is a little bit better. Here, can you see my socks better? If I hold them, oh, there we go. I should almost re-record that whole section, but I'm not going to. You will have to just put up with it. But oh yeah, now you can see the beautiful colors. Okay, we're moving on. So since I literally spent all of that time and focus on those projects, I only have 2 other projects to talk about. This is gonna be super, super quick. The first project is my Musselburgh, and I got a little bit, I don't even know if I got anything done. It's probably not even worth reporting on. I brought it with me for coffee, and my intention was to knit on it, but I guess I didn't. I think I knit like 2 rounds when we went to breakfast on Saturday morning. I think that's all I did. So there you go, my Musselburgh, which I have been working on using my Knit Picks yarn. Not my Knit Picks yarn. Why do I keep saying Knit Picks? My Hypnotic yarn. This is my November skein. And the color was, I think it was Winterberry. Was that the name of it? Right? I got things that I tucked into here. We went shopping and I threw them in here. I am so disorganized today, you all. I'm sorry. Wild Currant. There we go. That is the color for that one. And then the only other project that I've sort of started, technically I started it, is my Advent socks, my Woolens and Nosh Advent socks. I cast on my cuffs. So these are ready to go. When I'm done this, I probably won't edit it until maybe tomorrow, but I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna watch some more Advents or some Vlogmas, and I'm gonna put in my stripe on my socks. But yeah, that's it. I'm really excited though, because I have gotten now a couple of big projects completed. I really hope to get my West Knit shawl out. I want to work on some of these hexies and get going on that project again. And I actually really think I might cast on that sweater that I swatched for way back in, I don't know, was it September, you guys? I don't even remember. It was a while ago. We do hope to go and watch Wicked on Wednesday, so I will start those socks proper on Wednesday while we're at the theater. But yeah, that's kind of where things are at right now. Well, in this week's day-to-day, it's all about Thanksgiving, because that's pretty much where we left off, right? It was the Wednesday when I podcasted last week. It was Wednesday. Wednesday night was quiet, I think. I don't remember. That was like a week ago. But Thursday we had a wonderful Thanksgiving. We went and had Thanksgiving with my in-laws, and it was the first year in I don't even know how many years that all 6 of my husband and his 5 siblings and their spouses, like, we were all there. We were missing one of my nephews, my niece, one of my nieces, and then my daughter, but all the rest of us were there. And so it was the first time we were all together for Thanksgiving in a very, very long time. So that was really, really delightful. And then on top of it, you might remember that I crocheted a baby blanket and those cute little baby rattles this summer for my niece who was pregnant, and she had her little baby boy on Thanksgiving morning, like at midnight, just after midnight Thanksgiving morning. So we arrived to my mother-in-law's to find out that information, and we've since gotten some pictures, and he is just so super stinking cute, as all newborns are. I can't wait to hear from her and how he's doing and how he's sleeping and all the things, right? But for the moment, they are a very happy new family of 3. So that was fun. Friday morning, we went out to breakfast and then did some shopping. Got a little bit of Christmas shopping done, and so that was super nice. Actually, and I got some house shopping too. I had wanted to get a comforter for our bed, like we're still kind of working through our bedroom, and we had the king size quilt on our bed, and though we have gone down to a queen size. So I was really hoping that maybe they might be on some Black Friday sales, and they weren't, but we picked one out anyway and we got it. And so it's super nice to have that, and that is working out really well. Then we came home, and that evening my brother and his wife and their 2 kids came over, and we had a game night and we played games for the evening. So that was also super fun. Something that we have been talking about for months and just have not really made happen. So I really hope that we can make that a regular occurrence. That would be really, really, really great. Saturday morning I had coffee with my best friend. We spent a couple of hours together, actually. It's been really, really busy for them. They're the family that just adopted the little girl, and so life is hard, life is busy. We don't always have the time to spend together, so it was really, really nice to go and have some coffee and just spend some time really, really talking. Like, we managed to fit little conversations in here and there, but that was really great. We went and visited with my mother-in-law Saturday evening. And then yesterday we had a real treat. So 4 years ago, our pastor, who had been the pastor of our church for 35 years, he and his wife retired, and they moved about 2 hours north of us. But our current pastor was away on vacation, and so our former pastor came down and filled in. It was the first time that he had been back to preach. And it was such a treat to hear him again. A bunch of us, a handful of us, it was like a dozen or so, went out and had lunch afterwards with him and just enjoyed visiting. It was mostly the group that had done like regular Bible studies together. But that was just really, really, really special. And so that was kind of a nice way to end our Thanksgiving weekend. Of course, we did get the house decorated. We did that on Saturday before my son left to head back to college, which he did yesterday afternoon. And then my husband and I last night just settled in. We have been watching, I'm a history buff, I love history, and we have been watching on PBS. If you are into documentaries, there is a 6-part documentary by Ken Burns on the Revolutionary War. And so we watched the 3rd episode. I believe it is free until the middle of December-ish. I don't know exactly which date. So all you're gonna do is create a free account on PBS and you can stream it and watch it. Ken Burns does an amazing work with documentaries. He's got a fabulous one on the Civil War that I watched several years ago when I was taking a Civil War history class as part of my college education. So my husband and I watched that last night, and I worked on my cuff and mostly finished my socks. And so that was just really great. And then today I was back to work. I did decide to start Vlogmas, which by now, because this episode that I'm recording now will drop on Thursday, but my first Vlogmas episode will probably be out on Wednesday. What I've decided I'm going to do, And I guess I could have talked about this at the top of this podcast episode, but you're gonna get it now. What I have decided to do is every couple of days, roughly Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I will post episodes. I may not post on the weekend, and I'll just like save, so that might be a 3-day vlog come Monday. I think that's how I'm going to approach it. And we're just gonna see how it goes. And if I'm a little delayed, we'll shift, but every 2 or 3 days or so is how I'm going to work through this. But I have started taking footage today. It's been kind of fun. I do enjoy it, I have to say, and just kind of thinking about little ways to share snippets of my day. So I hope you enjoy. You will know by the time you watch this podcast episode in my Vlogmas episode if I have had a snow day. So there you go. You probably are screaming at me my answer. So I believe that is all that I have today. Thank you so very much for checking me out and taking a listen. If this is your first time, thank you so much. And if you're a returning viewer, well, I thank you for coming back. I will have links down below in the show notes for all of the things that I have talked about. You can find me on Ravelry and Instagram as Knittin Michelle, KNITTINMICHELLE. Or you can send me an email at michellesfiberstudio@gmail.com. With that, I hope you have a fantastic week and happy knitting.